In this video, we're talking about how we can overlay data into Concordance database. When we want to overlay data into a database, we never truly mean to overlay it in a sense that Concordance means for the overlay tool to work. That tool basically copies and pastes a column from your cross-reference file or your one database or that file into your database that has lots of other columns. What we want to do is we want to transfer data from your cross-reference file to your main database based on some kind of identifier that exists in both files to make sure we bring the data to the correct row. So let's start and see how we can do that. I'm going to open a demo database in Concordance and see that it has number of metadata fields. We have a doc ID from to CC, BCC, and so on. But let's say a client sends us a cross-reference file saying, hey, I got one more field I forgot to send you. Well, we got an overlay here, and it contains doc ID and a title field. Well, one of the ways to bring data into Concordance is to use document import overlay. You never want to use overlay tool. This will screw you over. Even though it looks like it may do the job for you and it may work in 4 out of 5 times, that 5th time you're gonna get screwed so badly you wish you never done this. So I'll show you a proper way of bringing cross-reference data into your Concordance database. Here's how we're going to do it. We're gonna go to File, Modify, and we're going to add our title field because that is what we need to load. This field is going to be a paragraph, which is fine. I'm going to click OK, say yes, and now we have an additional field. Let's add that field to our table. Just drag and drop it over here, and it's blank. We see that this database has 1,492 records. Our cross-reference file has 65 documents because those are the only ones that have title field. So that's good that we have a different document count, so we're not tempted to actually use the overlay function. What we're gonna do is we'll build a Concordance database for this cross-reference file, and then we'll transfer from one Concordance database into another one using doc ID as a link field. Let's do it. The way I like doing it is once I build all the fields required for cross-reference, in our case it's just one title, but there might be more, then I would go and export my structure of a Concordance database. Now you can go and build a database from scratch for your cross-reference file, but I recommend exporting the structure. This way you know your field types match exactly. So let's export structure. I'm going to make a folder, cross-ref, go into it, save it, and now we can open it. And now we can go to import delimited text. We'll say import dialog box, and we only have doc ID and title. We're gonna make sure our delimiters are okay. We're going to ignore first line. If you have more than 2 columns, I recommend loading the header line in, checking to make sure everything lined up fine, and then deleting it. In this case, I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm going to go here, my overlay, 65 documents, done. I can look at it, and we have field loaded here. So this is our cross-reference file. If the extra fields are in a way like from to CC, BCC, you can certainly delete them, and this will make it for a cleaner cross-reference database. So this will look like that. Now we're gonna go to our demo, and we're going to, this is very important, make a note of how many documents we have. 1,492. We're gonna close it. From our cross-reference database, we're going to go Document, Export as Concordance database. We will browse to our demo database, say Next. What fields do we want to export? We're just going to select our cross-reference field and not the identifier field or link field. This way, if something goes wrong and data gets appended, you can search for where doc ID is empty, and those are your extra rows, and you can delete them. So let's do that. Click Next. And now what we have to do is say replace matching records and append new records. Well, we really don't want the append, but there is no option of just replace. So we'll say that. We're going to choose our matching records by comparing doc ID, and we're going to uncheck attachment with notes. If the doc ID, if the field you're trying to link by is not here, you want to make sure it is set as an indexed field or a key field actually in your file modify database. So now we're going to click on next, and we're going to click on export. Now we can close our cross-reference database and open our demo. And now the document count is 1492 again. So this is very important. You check your document count before you load data into it and after. If your document count went up, that means there was no match for some of your doc IDs and the records got appended. So something went wrong. What you can do is search where doc ID is blank and delete those records. That is, if you know cross-reference file may have extra. Or if you just want to append them, that's fine too. Then you can select doc ID as a field to export. So that'll work well for you. In our situation, we were able to export title field from cross-reference database to a demo for documents where they exist. The other way to do it is you could perform an import. So you would be in the demo database and then import from cross-reference. It would work just the same. Well, now you know how to transfer data from one Concordance database into another and load cross-reference file. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with coworkers, subscribe to see more videos like that, click a bell to get notified when I upload more videos, and comment below with your experiences in using Concordance and doing overlays. See you in the next video.